Project Amalgam. As the mother entered the hospital room, she was overcome with a mix of emotions. She was both anxious and hopeful to meet the person who had received her son's heart. As she approached the bed, she could hear the gentle thump of her son's heartbeat inside this new person. With tears welling up in her eyes, the mother sat down beside the recipient and listened to her son's heartbeat for a moment. The two of them shared a deep, emotional connection that was hard to put into words. Then, the medical staff gave her a teddy bear as a gift that had a recording of her son's heartbeat, which made her cry even harder. As she composed herself, the room began to fill with other people who had been saved by her son's organ donations. There were 15 in total, and the mother was overwhelmed with joy to see that her son had saved so many lives. But as she looked around the room, she noticed something strange. All the recipients had a similar look in their eyes, as if they were somehow connected to each other. Suddenly, the mother realized that her son's spirit was alive in all of them, not just in the person with his heart. It was a powerful, almost mystical feeling that brought tears to her eyes once again. And then, she met her son's eyes. They were looking back at her through the eyes of a young woman, Michelle, who wasn't much taller than she was. She turned and felt another piece of her son inside the skull of the person to her left. The room grew quiet as all 15 recipients stared at her. They were no longer just individual recipients, but something else entirely. They were something else now. The recipients seemed to sense the mother's realization, and they all looked at her with a strange intensity. She felt her son's presence in each and every one of them. It was a surreal moment that kept her frozen and unable to move. And, the room filled with screams. A young man nearby turned to her, and the mother could see the madness in his eyes. He spoke in a low voice, "Your son is not at rest." The screams subsided and all 15 began to whisper the same words, "He is inside me." Suddenly, the lights flickered and the room went dark. They were all staring at her with dark, empty eyes. "They made us this way. We are interlinked," they said in unison. The lights flickered again, and this time they stayed off. In the darkness, the mother heard her son's voice once more. "You will be safe, mother. It's others that we're here for." The emergency lights flickered on again, and the sounds of chaos faded from the halls. The staff seemed to have the situation calmly under control. In the room, however, it was silent again. Everyone was staring at her, each of their mouths trembling as if trying to speak. They all whispered together, as one, "Sunset Protocol. You will be safe." As a group, the 15 walked slowly from the room, pulses of energy waves and particles discharging from them, killing anything in their path. But one of them stayed behind with Mother. She was in a moment of shock, her gaze drifting. It was Michelle, her son's eyes, and she wrapped a blanket around Mother and started guiding her from the room. And, like the others, pulses of waves and particles swirled around them like a protective shield. Michelle whispered in Mother's ear, the words swirling like waves and particles themselves but utilizing conduction instead of traditional sound waves. The words went straight into her mind. "You are entering a space created by the Amalgam engineers. Interlinked. Encryption enabled. Codec entangled. Do not attempt to alter the manifest." Disclaimer. The story above presents a haunting account, pieced together from a composite of video footage sources, including CCTV from both inside and outside the facility, other security footage, and cell phone videos taken by witnesses. The transcripts reveal a surreal and chilling series of events as the mother meets with the recipients of her son's organ donations, who are inexplicably connected. At one point, the security footage captures them saying in unison, "They made us this way." This statement is believed to be a reference to the Deep World project. While this group continues to be implicated in the events of that day, no documented entity, corporation, or military connection has been established to date. The transcripts offer a chilling reminder of the potential dangers of technology and the unknown forces we currently face, leaving many questions unanswered. Anderson, T. 2023. The Deep World Project. Uncovering the Mysteries of Interlinked Consciousness. New York, HarperCollins.